Good evening, slept well? He noticed the discarded empty bag. I see you had a bit of a snack. Am I still human? Luckily, one does not typically shed their entire humanity in 2 nights. You should be fine. Come on, we've got places to be. The car is humming in an empty parking lot just outside the door of the cramped room you have spent in the day. The man motions to it politely, but with a stern look on his face. Hijack the car, no, just kidding. You take the back seat again, the doors lock, the stranger takes the wheel and starts the car. You drive in silence for a while. For time to time, you keep trying to catch glimpses of familiar streets or landmarks through the blackened windows. The car is also soundproofed. Bitch, how do you know that? So all you can hear is a bit of traffic humming in the car's engine. The driver doesn't say anything and it seems so focused on the road. You check on the roof door handle. Yeah, the door is locked alright. The piece of dark glass separating you from the front of the car looks sturdy too. There is nothing left to do but wait. You didn't have the time to think about it before, but you realize that you're hungry? No, not exactly, but it's not a rumbling stomach that grabs your attention. It's a need that starts somewhere in your abdomen and spreads to your chest, throat, and back of your head. You try to extract some information of the man behind the wheel, but you realize you'd prefer to bask in the afterglow of your last meal. Oh, that kinda rhymed. You wouldn't have expected it, but you spend the rest of the trip lost in your thoughts. A lot of them concern blood. It takes you another 20 or so minutes to get into your destination. As the door opens, you try to get your bearings. You're still in New York, that much is certain. Queens, maybe? Wait, you know exactly where you are. The nice looking two-story building has a logo you immediately recognize. The Art Hole. Oh. An avant-garde gallery used to hold that collection of bag, viscera, and body parts, but you can't quite remember the guy's name. He's Brazilian, think. Fabio. You've never been inside, not quite your style, but the place has quite a cult following. You keep racking your brain for more facts, hoping they'll help you with whatever you got into. Two large men in suits flank the door to the gallery on both sides, and they give your companion a nod as you approach. Prompted by the stranger who guides you, you walk inside. Ooh. The gallery is full, which is unusual at this hour, to say the least. About 2 dozen faces fill the showroom, and a number of waiters navigate the gathering, serving drinks. All of them are beneath the guests. The visitors are well dressed for the most part, but it's unclear what they have gathered here for. Nobody seems to be particularly interested in the art pieces on the walls, and the atmosphere is polite. Huh, unnaturally so. Many guests turn to look at you and the stranger who brought you here. Their glances are varied. Okay. You see open contempt on a few faces and animated interest on others. Most of the eyes in the room calmly observe you as if wishing to appraise your worth. Memories come back to you like a bad case of PTSD. How many times before had someone judged you, impassively or decisively through your art? You'd share a piece of yourself with the world, and it'd respond by making you feel like garbage. It always took a lot of effort to not lose your cool to tell all of them to shove their opinions up their collective asses. Now, looking around, it feels like you've become another artwork as a commodity to be judged by a bunch of obscenely wealthy, out-of-touch assholes. It makes you want to scream. Oh, the woman. Good evening, career, and to you, child. The noble, cold voice takes you out of your head and back to the situation at hand. The gallery, a crowd of strangers, you being brought here against your will. For what purpose? The room awaits your response. Okay, let's be polite, because in reality, if I'm in this situation, I would be as calm and polite as possible. You are addressing the Prince of New York City, Helene Panhard, child of Michael. Okay, I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly, but okay. Thank you, my sheriff, but I am capable of introducing myself. Period. She is somewhat plain looking and doesn't seem to possess a great deal of charm. But still, the entire room is intently focused on her voice. She has influence over these people, that much is clear. You may address me as Prince, child. I realize your introduction to unlife was abrupt, and I understand your sire left shortly after. The rules of our society dictate I punish you both for this transgression. A murmur of agreement, maybe, can be heard from the gathered audience. But I am willing to listen to what our loyal sheriff has to say about the circumstances of your embrace first. My sire? You mean the man I met at the gallery? That's one of the things we're here to ascertain. You're about to be judged by the Court of New York City. Kadir, please tell us how you found this fledgling and what happened to your way here. Court? Prince? Is this some kind of secret society make-believe? A trusted informant who has who has chosen to remain anonymous at this time, tipped me off with about suspicious kindred appearing in one of our domains. Upon investigating, I found them gone, but this fledgling remained in their place. Interestingly, his sire made use of an older haven of one of the clan of the Rose for the embrace. They were even thoughtful enough to leave a local woman for the fledgling to slake his thirst on. Despite some reservation, he offered little resistance last night and cooperated on her way to the safe house. I was pleased to not have to force his compliance. We had a quick chat, but wishing to appear here post-haste, I urged him to join me, which he did not without struggle. A pleasant departure from my usual routine, I must say. Oh, maybe most of the people he tried to guide were a bit unruly, I guess. His thirst partially slaked from the bagged blood we kept in the safe house. We had a pleasant enough drive here. The story ends with us arriving at Elysium tonight. All eyes are on you again. You take a special interest in one of the faces. It's a beautiful woman with curly, almost blood-red hair and a dress to match. You see her whispering to some, oh my god, bespectacled man with an absent-minded look on his face. Who is she, you wonder? Thank you, Kadir. I take note of this fledgling's behavior and will take it into the consideration later. She turns her attention to you. First, there is matter of your sire, the person who brought you here, where Kadir picked you up last night. Who were they? Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but are princes in this lore just Ventru, or do they vary? Can they be like a Toreador? Can they be like a Chimera or something like that? Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that. A beautiful man. Dark hair, a sort of artistic mess. He had an accent I couldn't recognize. He took notice of my art, bought a piece in fact. I want to meet him again. The last sentence came out almost involuntary. He immediately felt ashamed, sounding like a sad puppy whimpering after their master. Yes, you do want to meet that man again. It's an urge deeper than you've ever felt. Maybe even love? Yeah, I think this is something that happened from the swan song that I kind of learned about and her sire. So yeah, I think that's one thing about being bitten by a toreador. You get that what do you call that? Unconventional love? What the fuck? Yeah, you get what I mean. No, that's idiotic. He never even introduced yourself to you. Yeah, we don't even know his name. He used you. That asshole just plain used you. For what? Well, Kadir, does that sound familiar? No, it does not, or at least not familiar enough. I will continue the search after we're done here. He bought my painting, you can track him. Yeah, let's take down this asshole. That guy, he bought my painting at the gallery, didn't pay in cash, I think. Maybe you can track him that way? Oh, did your outlook on him change all of a sudden?
He smirks, seemingly enjoying your misery.
Daddy, don't enjoy my suffering. Oh my god. Ew. Personal jabs aside, thank you for the observation. I will investigate this later. What shall I do with the fledgling, my prince? What is your recommendation? Are they a couple? They talk like, or they interact like they're so fucking close. The traditions are clear. Thou shalt only sire another with the permission of the thine elder. If thou createst another without thine elder's leave, but both thou and thy progeny shall be slain. Oh, I am ready to fulfill my duty. Stay your hand for just a moment longer, Kadir. I wish to consult my counsel on this. Make sure everyone is in agreement. The prince leaves the main showroom and a handful of people follow her out. You're about to ask this, Kadir, what all that talk of traditions and council was? When the red-haired woman approaches the two of you. Sophie Turner, bitch? I'm just kidding. I was wondering if I could have a word with the fledgling. What for? She lowers her voice in response. Come now, Kadir, we all know what the verdict is going to be. Let me speak to them. You might not have the stain in your hands tonight after all. Her words grab his attention. His face is hard to read. It's like several emotions are struggling for domination. Anger, sadness, hope, gratitude, resolve. I'll go get my sword. He steps out of the room the way you came in, and you are left in the showroom with the woman in the red dress. She takes you aside, and the eyes of the remaining guests follow you. Well, fledgling, you are in quite the pickle. What was that about a sword? It seems like you two have history. Sounded like you know exactly what to say to him. I could swear you have something blah blah blah. Aren't you a perceptive one? If only I could direct your focus elsewhere. What I want to tell you demands your full attention. Last night you became a vampire. Yes, I am well aware how ridiculous that sounds. It's the reason why we have these nicer words for it. Kindred, being embraced. Having a sire, that fact remains. The beings called vampires, you're looking at them. They're us. Okay, some of the guests are still occasionally looking at you, commenting on you in hushed tones. Many of the patrons are pale, really pale. Most hold glasses of wine. No, not wine. Yeah, it's blood, bitch. You're trying to come up with something sensible to say, but you're drawing a blank. It makes a morbid kind of sense. You drank blood last night. There's no denying it. And your breathing is not returned. Your heart remains still. A vampire. Two voices in your head starts battling for supremacy. One of them slowly begins to put everything that happened since yesterday together, coming up to a conclusion that no matter how insane it might seem, nothing but she's saying makes sense. The other voice just keeps saying, what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, that reminds me of that scene in Sinners. What the fuck? What the fuck? Anyways, you're surprised. This often is by design, Kadir deliberately keeping you in the dark and all. If you do nothing, you will be cut down. Assured as day follows night. But I'm here to offer you a chance, a way out, under one condition. Yeah, obviously. I will take you under my wing. If you're lucky, the prince will be in a good mood tonight and your deference to Kadir will work in your favor. She might agree to this, but only if you swear fealty to me. I'm not making this offer lightly. As your patron, I will take responsibility for you. Your actions will reflect on me. If they reflect negatively, well, I will make sure you face the consequences. What if I refuse? I believe I know what the prince will ordain, and I am certain Kadir will do his duty. You, my poor fledgling, will die for good this time. With me, there's chance you will not. I can be your guide with this new reality. Okay, she seems reasonable enough. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Are you guys hearing that, whispers? When you hear the verdict as to be spared, I will intervene. Remember my condition. She flashes a heart-melting smile towards Kadir, who does not smile back. The sheriff's immaculate suit is now complemented by a curved, oriental-looking metal scabbard fastened with a colorful sash around his waist. Kadir takes his place to you and observes as the prince takes center stage again. Loyal kindred of the New York City Camarilla gathered here tonight. I have made my decision regarding this fledgling. She briefly addresses you. Okay, I want to know that this was not an easy decision to make. For your part, you have done nothing. You did anything to earn our ire. I do feel a genuine sorry for what I must be done. We are all keenly aware that these nights we need to close our ranks and trust the wisdom of our elders, their traditions more than ever before. There is no place for tolerating dissent when our very existence is under constant threat. Although I acknowledge some of my counsel's divergent opinions on this. She takes a look specifically at the one of the people who left the room before. a rather plainly dressed, shy-looking man whose skin has somewhat healthier tone. He bows his head in deference. I hold the authority over this fledgling's fate, and I declare that while their embrace might be in the sire's responsibility, in their absence it is their progeny that must be punished. The sentence is final death, to be resolved presently, Kadir. Oh? Oh. 2 outs bottom of the ninth. His quiet mumble is audible to no one but you. As his eyes meet yours, you note just a hint of sadness in his countenance, one that quickly vanishes to give way to grim determination. You will not get another chance to speak up. Fine. Okay, Prince, if I ask you stay the sheriff's hand for a while longer. Kadir looks at the prince, awaiting her response. The sword is still hanging above you, threatening to fall at a moment's notice. Is there something you'd like to say, Miss Langley? Langley? Langley Falls? Where did I hear that word? Yes, if I may. At first, the prince looks somewhat annoyed at the distraction, but she stays quiet for a while, measuring the mood in the room. The bored elites suddenly look at you with aroused interest, some of them dismayed at not seeing the bloodshed, but all intrigued by the unexpected twist. The prince nods. Well, let's hear it. Sophie takes a few steps forward, all eyes on her by now, but Kadir's heavy hand on your shoulder makes it clear you won't take advantage of the distraction. My prince, while the traditions are clear, I believe that the proper context should be observed in addition to the letter of our laws. This fledgling is a burden, but the proper guidance they could have become an asset in our domain. Am I understand you are volunteering to take this sireless child under your protection? Yes. I happen to think they hold a potential that would be a unfortunate waste. I do expect their full cooperation, of course. Whispers can be heard again. I've just beheaded that fucker. Oh my god. Silence, motherfuckers. I ask of all of you to take note of this moment. I may be persuaded to bend one tradition in this child's favor, but another will have to be enforced even more firmly in its head. In its stead. Until thy progeny shall be released, thou shalt command them in all things. Their sins are in thine to endure. Are you certain that's a responsibility you wish to shoulder, Miss Langley? I am willing to guide this fledgling and add a valuable ally to our sect. In a time of need, yes, but I would like to receive the right of destruction over them, if it pleases you. Oh, okay. So she can just kill me whenever she seems fit. Okay. I am worth keeping alive, Prince. Give me a chance to prove myself. Okay. That remains to be seen. I do take notice of your tenacity. See that it doesn't become a burden. I shall grant you what you ask. Let it be known, Sophie Langley of the Clan of the Rose will become this fledgling's patron. They shall become considered like sire and child. Miss Langley will take full responsibility for them, and I grant her the right of destruction if she's fit to use it. Let my intentions be clear, however. If I am to turn a blind eye to one of our most important traditions on this occasion, I expect it to be beneficial to the Camarilla, substantially so. I hope you find this verdict satisfactory, Miss Langley. Of course, you fucking slut. Oh, just kidding. Thank you. Very well. She turns on you. What is your name, child? Welcome to the Camarilla. Okay. Yeah, I already know this. It's like... Now this evening proved to be more eventful than I anticipated, but with the fledgling's fate decided, I believe our meeting here can conclude. Thank you all for appearing on such short notice. Give my regards to those who couldn't make it. Kadir, a moment of your time before I let you return to your duties. Of course, Prince. Okay, those words, the fledgling, the prince, I am already aware of it because I've already read some of the lore before. He shoots you a side glance that doesn't leave you space in discretion. You will be watched, you will be judged, and it need. Well, Amar, I think we've both already managed to significantly improve each other's evenings. But let's keep it about the ball rolling, shall we? I think we should have a toast to a new fruitful partnership. She raises her hand at one well-dressed concierges, oh my gosh, who have now reappeared in the showroom to refill the guest glasses. The conventionally handsome man approaches with oh my god, with a carafe of red liquid. He pours into two glasses. It's blood again. The much is clear. You're in the midst of drinking it, but the memory of last night's hunger make you wince. You take a tentative sip. You expected the same blandness you tasted a few hours ago, but this one you can actually savor. The smoky and warm, making you think a cozy cabin in the woods. Oh? It does strike you a strange image for your mind to jump to when you're drinking human blood. But it is what it is. You've never tasted anything like it. Do you like it? I think New York City caterers have bourgeois ideas about what good blood should taste like. Apologies, you must have so many questions. While we're on the topic, perhaps we should start with those related to sustenance. Does the blood taste of blood matter? I mean, I know, right? You seem to be a blood gourmet. Does the taste of matter at all, or is it just about sustenance? Yes, I have grown somewhat choosy over the years, but it's mostly a result of growing accustomed to convenience. Oh, what a rich bitch. Of course, sustenance is most important, but finding a new exciting taste is one of the finest experiences our kind can pursue. That said, I also drank the blood of gangrene-ridden soldiers in the field hospitals after the Battle of Gettysburg when I had no other choice. Not my fondest memory, but also the only reason I am here. Oh, so she's, I guessing, she's that old? I'm not aware of this Battle of Gettysburg, but I'm guessing she was turned around that time. What you need to know right now is that no matter what manner of blood you drink, you will always be tempted to have more. You can learn to control it, mind. Vessel. Okay, vessel, I know that they're the ones you could drink from. The best part about taking a single sip from a vessel, be prudent, hot, fresh blood will be more satiate. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. That most anything that can be served in a fancy glass, but it can make you more voracious. As to how much you should have, it depends. If you're frugal, you can survive many nights without a single drink, but it's risky and will tempt the beast that is part of your curse. Okay, the beast I know essentially it's like their demon per se, and if they don't drink blood, they become wild and just attack whatever. Tomorrow I shall take you hunting and we will explore this topic further. The blood you're having tonight should be enough to keep you at ease for now. Hunting, obviously, you mentioned the bees, I already know that. Okay. About our sire-child relationship. The prince mentioned something to you about me being the sire and child. What does that mean? Helene? I mean, Prince Panhard spared you on the condition that I will take responsibility for you. Normally, a sire and child are close. One begets the other, after all. Our relationship might not be exactly of that sire and child, but it is treated such as by our laws. That we do not share blood does not matter. Ah, you must therefore defer to me in all things. Okay, so regardless of what type of clan or what type of vampire she is, if she takes you under her wing, it doesn't matter if you're, maybe a Nosferatu, I guess. If someone takes you in, I don't wish to use the right of description that the prince granted me, so I would appreciate if you give me the reason to. I promised I'd guide you, and I meant it. Okay, she seems reasonable enough. Treat me as your mentor and superior, and I will treat you as my loyal retainer and understudy. With me, you can go far. Without me, you will be lost to the unfeeling night, and we can't have that. Masquerade, I'm already aware of that. Those of us as unaccounted for can easily become a danger to the masquerade. That's the main reason why with your sire gone, the prince wanted you out of the picture too. The concierge returns, asks for permission to intrude, which Sophie gives that with a polite smile leads to whisper in her ear. You know that the gallery is now almost empty. I'm being told that the gallery is about to close, but we still have quite a lot to discuss. We'll go to one of my apartments. My jalopy is waiting downstairs. Jalopy? It's been a while since I've seen that word. The smile she puts on makes you remember last night's encounter in the showroom. A similar eagerness to spend time with this person overtakes you momentarily, and you follow her outside. Your sixth sense tell you she's an artistic soul too, and you unwittingly start projecting good qualities onto her. Sophie leads you to a luxurious silver Rolls Royce and invites you to sit in the back. The chauffeur, a broad-shouldered, clean-shaved middle-aged guy, starts driving immediately. Where did we leave off? Ah, I believe I started telling you a bit of more about customs. You've heard the prince refer to our traditions. The chief among them is the masquerade. Okay, traditions. Let me just check this. Okay, let me read this, guys. The six traditions for the core framework for our governance among the kindred. The first tradition, the masquerade, thou shalt not reveal thy true nature. The second tradition, the domain. The domain is thine own concern. All others own thee, respect while in it. The third tradition, the progeny. Okay, that's us. Thou shalt only sire another with the permission of thine elder. The fourth, accounting. Thou create our own time. The fifth tradition, hospitality. Honor one another's domain without the word of acceptance. The sixth edition, destruction. Where did we leave off to? Okay. As you might have gathered from us assembling at the niche gallery after closing time, our comings, goings, and doings tend to be somewhat secretive. We do not advertise our existence. We allow myths and modern fiction to morph and muddle the facts. So to the vast majority of our kind, we remain bedtime stories and pop culture icons. Oh, what's kind? A term for mortals largely contemporaneous. The phrase kindred and kind refers to the world of at large. Ah, okay. Say that one television show about a vampire angel is still popular. You shake your head in confusion. She shrugs and continues talking, looking a little bit more dejected than before. Our clandestine ways helps us remain safe, allow us to explain away the occasional trip up to the rational minds of the 21st century humanity, and dictate much more of our interactions with mortals. Okay. What's the risk? It's the worst thing. Okay, if you're a vampire, I'm sure you can defeat many threats when it comes your way. It would surely make things easier if we could. Unfortunately for us, there are plenty of things that harm us. Chief among them are sunlight and fire. Both will burn you to ash. That's when we rest during the day. You felt it, I'm sure, that it's more like being dead than being dormant. But you have no choice. We are night dwellers, but day sleepers. Some more folk-related threats are just legends, or occasionally a minor nuisance. Garlic or running water, even religious symbol, don't repel us unless the wielder is uniquely pure and godly. Yeah, I forgot the clan that hunts vampires, but I've seen they're like soldiers from Swan Song. I forgot their name, but yeah, there's someone hunting them, or there's a group or clan that's hunting vampires. Stakes to the heart, though, that's something to avoid. They do not destroy, they do paralyze. Yeah, I also saw that on Swan Song. If they get stake in the heart, they just become dormant. They don't actually die. Which, at the under the right circumstances, can often be the same thing. That's a reason to have somebody like my trusted driver Gregory, making sure you're safe when you drift away. You have many enemies, and they often know their advantage lies within the daylight. So it's good to keep human friends. So do vampires watch each other's backs? So it's vampires versus humans. Am I right in thinking that having a human friend or two is necessary then? Or at least useful? In moderation, best if they don't know your true nature. Also, I would say that the subordinates are useful, but friends? I haven't had one of those for many years now. Our little sect supplies social interactions aplenty, but it doesn't really encourage friendships. Alliances are of convenience to be broken at a whim? Yes, that's more like it. Long-term solidarity does occur in the Camarilla, but we are a very politicized organization by necessity. Loyalty is to your sire, to your prince, and to the sect. Okay, what's a sect? Or evaluating our common philosophy. That is, Oh yeah, Camarilla and Iron. Okay. France must remain a distant priority at best for us to maintain the masquerade and thrive through years past. With age comes authority, with it comes influence and power. If you wish to reach that for them. Okay. She seems to be lost in the thought and falls silent for a while, leaving you to ponder all the things you've learned tonight. It feels still absolutely unreal, but as piece after piece of knowledge falls into place, the image becomes almost like an entirely logical jigsaw puzzle. Whatever you wouldn't believe on your own, you have witnessed. Many questions swarm our thoughts, but the only you keep returning to this is what you place in this reality should be. The car stops in the city in front of the old but well renovated apartment building. We're here. Would you like to see your lodgings? What if I want to sleep in my home? Is it another parking lot room? I have an apartment I could go back to, sleep there. All my stuff's there anyway. Does it have soundproof blinds or a solid secure door? No, I think you'll find this apartment much safer. Come upstairs. She leads you through a small hall with a night guard who greets Miss Langley with a good evening, and you take a stairs up in the second floor. Sophie opens the doors to your room 209. This place is shit. No, I'm just kidding. Inside all the amenities you could expect from a modern apartment, and some you wouldn't have deemed necessary just the previous night, including thick blinds on the windows. The back of the room has a comfortable looking bed and a thick steel door with several sturdy looking locks, but no windows. Huh. Well, how do you like it? What? Can I choose another? Oh my god, that's so disrespectful.
A few moments ago.
This place is shit. This is great, thank you. I'm glad, make yourself at home. I'm not just gonna be rude to the person who saved my life, okay? Or at least help me stay alive. Tomorrow I will take you hunting and discuss the blood in more detail. I'll let you get comfortable. The keys are by the television set. I will come pick you up tomorrow night. Use the back room for rest. You can lock the doors just in case. It stinks a bit when she leaves. It's like the room suddenly become a few shades dimmer. You inspect the kitchen, hoping to find something to drink. Nothing. No regular food either. Feels strange that Kadir could be more thoughtful host than your new sire, even if only in that respect. You briefly wonder if the sheriff might have a hidden side. With nothing left to do, you lie on the couch with the TV playing in the background for company. Start drifting off, reflecting about another night. How many more before you finally understand what happened to you? And what you're supposed to do now? You keep coming back to the life you left behind, the people you should contact, the things you want to pick up from your apartment. You wonder when you'll have the chance for either. As you start to feel the same tiredness that made you drift into a cold sleep last night, you settle in the back room. The bed is comforting. Okay, a few minutes later, your consciousness fades and you take the plunge up into darkness again, sinking, sinking, sinking. Oh, this is nice. Ah, okay, I see. Ah, some choices might only be visible if your hunger is high enough. Similarly, high hunger may block. Oh, I see. So your hunger kind of influence the choices you can do in this game. So that's interesting.